55. On creating versus consuming. This is a mantra that has popped up everywhere. Create before you consume. And although I agree with it in essence, I do have some issues with it. The act of creating is taxing. It takes something out of you. It requires fuel and energy that must come from somewhere, and that will run out if not replenished. Added to that, I would say that very few creations start from nothing. Most would be the synthesis of a number of inputs, current inspirations, old memories, future wishes. These all get combined and taken apart and reassembled and broken and fixed until at the end you have something that feels fresh and new and unique. And it is. But it draws on other similar endeavors. And depending on the larder of ingredients at your disposal, you can carry on creating for a while, something new every time. But what happens when the store does not get restocked regularly? Well, initially, not much. You carry on creating, but sometimes the ingredients are not there to make something unique, and you fall back on an old recipe. Not the end of the world, some recipes are classics. But as stocks run dry, you more and more often end up making some compromised version of what you had planned, until you ultimately produce the same dish every day. Classic or not, that very quickly gets stale. And so, in order to avoid this situation, we need to make sure that the larder is restocked regularly. But we have to be careful about what goes onto the shelves. It is clear that if we restock with only some staples or only low quality produce, our output will eventually become unusable. Look, I'm not saying that overconsumption is not a problem. Far from it. I think that we consume more than enough to be able to carry on creating. But I think it would be unfair to expect consumption to stop and creation to carry on. It just doesn't feel sustainable. Instead, I would say keep an eye on what you consume, make sure that your larder is restocked with a great variety of quality produce, and you will give yourself a better chance of creating delicious content.